Champion number 20 on this list in our countdown is going to be Yannica, and Yannica is only on this list because of how bloody accessible she is, right? Free legendary damage dealer, you can pick her up just by spending clan gold on your clan shop, 5 fragments per week. She's actually not a terrible damage dealer overall. She does bring a single target hitter on her A2, places perfect veil buff on herself, then gets herself an extra turn, then has multiple attack all enemy skills on her A1 when she's under veil, and then also attack all enemies on the A3 as well, ignoring shield buffs. She's fine. Basically, everybody's going to get Yannica eventually anyway because of how easy she is to get. I do want to take accessibility into account when I'm breaking down this list of the top 20 completely freebie champions inside of Red. At the very least, she'll pop off for a long time into wave content. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, way better than Yannica is going to be the free legendary champion. Wait a minute, Thorlin Foulbeard. All you gotta do, man, to get your hands on Thorlin Foulbeard on a new raid account is sign up to raid using the beginner promo link that is down below at the top of the description box. Click on that link down below, use it to create a new raid account. As soon as you're finishing the tutorial, you're gonna get your first legendary champion, Elnarel, and as soon as you've got Elnarel, input beginner promo code Demon Slayer to get your hands on Thorlin Foulbeard on a brand new raid account. And all of the other freebies, all of the free epic champions are gonna show up on the account completely for free as well as you level that account on up. Best beginner promo link going, man, right down below this video at the top of the description box. Let's get back to the list, man. And onto greener pastures than Yannica. I should also throw a disclaimer into this video as well that all of these are just my opinions and therefore they are the word of God and cannot be questioned under any circumstances, okay? This list was handed down from like Mount Sinai, okay? Carved into a stone tablet and it's just the most correct top 20 list that ever exists. And if you can't tell that I'm joking right now, then I don't know what to say. Next up, man, Dark Elhaine, login reward epic champion. Is she the 3 or 4 month login reward? She's one of the two. One of them's Dark Aethel. Ooh, we don't talk about Dark Aethel. Dark Elhaine, man. Great champion, right? Very solid for an epic attack nuka. Her damage is okay. It's not completely out of this world or anything. For an epic nuka, she's certainly not the best in terms of just raw damage, but she does at least have a 3-turn cooldown attack all enemies, self buffs with increased attack, which is nice to have, and a 75% land rate decreased speed debuff for a couple turns. This at least makes us so that Dark Elhaine is just a general nuka, is gonna find some decent value into wave content for a long time on your account anyway. Secret rooms, Cursed City, all of that good stuff, just because she's placing the decreased speed on this attack all enemy skill, so you'll find good use out of her for that. But of course, Dark Elhaine also has that additional caveat of just having some extra value into any enemies that are placing freeze. This might be Tormund the Cold in Arena. It could be Ice Golem. It could be Frost Spider. Her passive reads on a 1-turn cooldown, fill this champion's turn meter by 25% and instantly activate her A2 skill, her big attack all enemy skill, whenever Dark Elhaine or an ally receives a freeze debuff. And she also just instantly removes freeze debuffs off of herself as well, self-buffing with increased crit rate and increased crit damage buffs, and also a mini strengthen buff, which apparently I forgot all about. All kinds of buffs in herself, and a self cleanse against freezes on her second passive. I would say that it's still worth building out Dark Elhaine with like the 85%, like 85-90% ish crit rate anyway. Even though she self buffs with increased crit rate, you still want her to have that 100% crit rate total against waves of enemies anyway. You know, you can't really be relying on this passive, is what I'm saying. Champion number 18 on this list is going to be none other than the 30-day login reward champion, who we're going to break down for exactly like 30 seconds, because honestly everybody's familiar with Haikatoon, right? TLDR, 10 meter fill, increased speed buff, very valuable to have at least one champion up at 60 on your entire roster. Even if it's only Haikatoon that's bringing the increased speed buff, it's just that valuable. She brings the speed aura in all battles, which again, when you're just starting out in raid, a 90% speed aura is actually pretty damn good. Don't even ask what just happened to my voice. Yeah, for that reason alone, right, for these two tools alone, just a very decent champion. Some extra wave control on her A3 as well, man. And again, I'm taking accessibility into account with these champions. And so Haikatoon, 30-day login reward, and she brings this, she just turns your teams into a well-oiled machine. I think that she's pretty damn good and is honestly mostly underrated by many players. Next up, we've got big old Urost the Soul Cage. So from a super accessible epic, probably the most accessible freebie champion in the game, with Haikatoon, minus the champions that you get from my beginner promo link, which is down below at the top of the video description box, obviously. We've got a Void legendary in Urost. Okay, why is he so low down on the list, man? I might have expected him to be a little bit higher up on the list. Urost, it takes you a long time to get your hands on this guy, right? He's a hard mode Doom Tower secret room legendary champion, so you spend a long time collecting fragments for this guy, and he's like champion number 4, 5, or maybe 6 or something. Honestly, I can't remember. But he's certainly not the first legendary that you get from hard mode Doom Tower Secret Room, so it takes you a little while to get him. And frankly, while I feel like these ratings are a lot bit harsh on Eurost, he's a specialized champion, right? He's probably the best champion in the game for soloing Scarab King, maybe at least. When attacked, he has a 75% chance book to place and poison debuff on the attacker for 2 turns, and also increase this champion's max HP by 5% whenever an enemy receives damage from a poison debuff placed by this champion, right? So he tanks up fast. Regeneration gear, Immortal gear, enough accuracy to land his poisons against Scarab. It's a joke, really, right? You're going to absolutely trounce Scarab King completely solo with Eurost. He is also very, very solid into waves of enemies with this overly complicatedly, like, worded A2. Basically, if you've got another poison champion on your team to use alongside Eurost that's spamming poisons on waves of enemies, Eurost will come in, he will attack all enemies, he'll decrease enemy turn meter, he'll place decreased speed, and even potentially a stun debuff on enemies as well if they have enough poison debuffs. That's all you got to know about this. It's crazy good wave control. Again, the issue is that by the time you get Eurost the Soul Cage, you might have waves kind of on lockdown a little bit by the time that you get him, and so you're not going to be in any mental rush to build him out for wave content, you know. He's also pretty good into Ice Golem as well, right? Brings Strengthen, brings Ally Protect, 310 cooldown. Again, great stuff. If you didn't get him so late, right, he's fine into normal mode Ice Golem. In fact, he's very, very good into normal mode Ice Golem if you got him like 2 or 3 months into your raid account. If you're getting him like, I don't know, 18 months or longer or something into your raid account, well, you're probably already on hard mode Ice Golem by that point. Well, I shouldn't assume that, but you know what I mean, right? Like, the sooner that you get these progression champions, the better. Eurost, you just get him quite late on. That's why he's just a little bit further on down the list. Which then brings us to Akoth the Seared, who you get much faster as a fragment champion from farming Doom Tower Secret Rooms on normal difficulty, right? Another epic champion here. Akoth is going to come on along and basically solve all of your problems if you've got HP burn problems, right? That's why he's in number 16 on this list. He's a very, very kind of like take it or leave it. Do you need a mass HP burner? Akoth is going to be great when you get your hands on him because of his A2. If you don't need an HP burner, I mean, you can fuse him for some, you know, CVC points or whatever. You might use him in faction wars, that kind of thing. But you need an HP burn. He's great. Attack all enemies, 310 cooldown, 20% chance of placing HP burn debuff for 2 turns. The chance of placing the debuff increases by 20% for each alive enemy, meaning you get a 100% land rate against Hydra and like a quadrillion% land rate against Spider, which are 2 areas of the game where you really want those HP burn debuffs. And so, yeah. Again, he's really just one of those guys that you can either take it or leave it, just depending on what your account needs, but I think that he deserves at least a spot on the list. Another Doom Tower champion is going to come in as our pick number 15 in the countdown, man. It's Val the Destroyer, who, again, would be higher on this list. He's a great quality champion. Just takes you a while to get him. He's another hard mode Doom Tower Secret Room kind of guy. Secret Room number 5 or 6 or something, if I'm remembering correctly. The guy's a bit of a monster. He's a great damage dealer. Attacks one enemy on his A1, heals a bit for the damage inflicted. Okay, fine. His A2, 310 cooldown. Attacks all enemies, 100% chance of placing Weaken for a couple turns. Also places Decrease Attack on enemies who get the Weaken debuff. So, saucy. Decrease Attack, Weaken, increasing his damage, boosting your team's survivability. Decrease Attack is lovely for things like Hydra on an AoE. Very nice. And then on his A3, 410 cooldown, attacks one enemy, ignores 30% of the target's defense. Very nice. What makes Val such a beast as a Hydra damage dealer in particular is going to be his passive, however. Increase this champion's attack by 10% each time they use an active skill, stacking up to 100%. Resets each round, and the Hydra fight is one giant round. It just never resets, right? So longer fights, Val the Destroyer is absolutely going to clap cheeks, if Hydras have cheeks, which I'm not sure that they do, but you know what I'm saying, right? He's a great damage dealer into Hydra. You just get him a little bit late, but again, it would be like an affront to Raid Shadow Legends if he didn't make this list, even if it is only as pick number 15 on this list. Next up, man, Drexthar Blood Twin. Very easy legendary champion to get your hands on as a freebie. It's just about, well, I say easy, you're going to have a little bit of mental fortitude and a bit of patience to farm Tag Arena, but besides that, it's easy to get Drexthar Blood Twin within the first, like 4 or 5 months of your account, as long as you're staying deep decently on top of farming your Tag Arena roughly every day, kind of taking some days off when you can't be bothered. Solid champion. He's pretty good without skill books as well. Has a chance to place HP burn on enemies with his passive. Attack all enemies on his A2. Chance to place provoke. Goes up to 100% land rate provoke if enemies are under HP burn. And a triple hit at A1. The uses of a Drexthar are a little bit strange. I'm not going to lie. You can use him as like a spider tank into stage 20 and build it with like high resistance and like regeneration gear and that kind of thing. And just showing this team in action, you can see that the Drexthar's role in this team is actually just to take hits from the spiders, and whenever he takes a hit from one of the spiderlings, he's going to go ahead and place his HP burn on those spiderlings. If you build him with enough resistance and in like regeneration gear and that kind of thing, he should have no trouble surviving as long as you have a decent healer on the team. I'm actually running Scylla the Drakes, another free champion on this team as well, just to help control the spiderlings and provide those heals to the Drexthar. But because the Drexthar's Force Affinity and stage 20 Spider is Spirit Affinity, the Spiderlings are going to really want to attack into the Drexthar because, yeah, he's weak affinity in this dungeon, right? It's just a nice little use case that you can get out of your Drex. Decent in the way of content. Again, his accessibility and how easy it is to get Drexthar Blood Twin as well, and the cheesy strats that you can use him in, are also going to be a factor as to where he places in this list. And next up, man, we've just touched on it. It's going to be good old Scylla the Drakes coming in as pick number 13 in our countdown, dude. I think that she's still worth it, man. I think that she's still got an inner. She doesn't need to be booked. That's great. It's just fine. Again, you can use her in that Drexthar team. She can be the healer in that Drexthar Blood Twin Spider team, which I have videos up covering how to play that team on the channel. She brings all kinds of healing with her passive as well. Scylla's one of those champions that's like decent basically everywhere in the game, but she's like a specialist in no area of the game. But as you get it as the 6-month login reward champion, I find that you're going to be using it in many areas of the game. What I also like about the Scylla the Drakes and Drexthar Blood Twin combo is that you can actually combo these guys up and use them to do crazy things like solo Griffin, or rather duo Griffin, I suppose. So if you're stuck in the Griffin boss in Doom Tower, you can put your Syl in the regeneration and in the immortal gear, make it so that she's an absolute live lord because she's getting extra heals from a passive as well. And the Drexthar's job is just to be revived by the Syl every time he dies, get one-shotted again by the Griffin, but in doing so, he takes an attack, so he puts the HP burn on the Griffin boss, and then the Griffin takes a little bit of damage that way, and the Griffin just can't kill the Scylla the Drakes, you know? So you can do weird little cheesy strategies like that, man, with these two champions as well, so they're a great little freebie combo. Yeah, Syl, I think, does actually deserve a spot on the list, even if she has been a wee bit power crept over time. Next up, man, we get into the big daddies now, dude. It's time for Yakal the Scourge. He's going to come in at pick number 12. You grab Yakal, of course, exact same way that you pick up Yannica, just for fragments, clan gold from the clan shop. Your clan has to be a certain level to start buying these fragments, but yeah, Yakal is going to be well worth it, man. Void Legendary, make sure that you fuse this guy during a champion chase or whatever. Make sure you get all those free points or during a CVC, personal rewards, you know. You're going to get all kinds of free resources from that as well. And his specialty is spamming freeze on nerds. That's it, really. His double hit A1 with a chance to place freeze is particularly good into hard mode Fire Knight. So even if you're eventually not using your Yakal anymore for his attack all enemies chance to freeze in things like Tag Arena and just wave content and stuff, it's always going to be a good skill to have in wave content. Also has a decreased speed on his A2 as well, which is just lovely. You're still always going to get good use out of Yakal, good longevity out of this champion into things like hard mode Fire Knight. Again, because he's void affinity, he can't weak hit against any of the affinities of hard mode Fire Knight as well, so he's going to be great for progression through all of the stages of hard mode Fire Knight with this double hitter A1 chance to freeze. Next up, man, the final epic champion on this list. It's going to be none other than the legendary in disguise, Dark Kill. You get your hands on this guy as well from farming normal mode Doom Tower secret rooms. He's not like I think he's like the 4th or 5th epic champion that you get from hard mode secret rooms. I might even be underestimating that. It takes a while to get your hands on him, which makes it so that his one weakness is that you might just get him a little bit too late to use him in the areas of the game in which he specializes, which is, I mean, mostly clan boss and dragon. Because his kit is unbelievable. Honestly, he's that good that you might get him late and still use him there anyway, right? Triple hitter A1, each hit with a chance to instantly activate 1 poison debuff. Oh, what the hell? 2 poison debuffs. Oh, 1 poison debuff and an HP burn debuff. Dude, it's even better than I thought, man. Okay, so yeah, if you're running him alongside a poisoner and an HP burner into dragon, crazy value from this A1. God, my brain just farted all over me there for a second. 3-turn cooldown, A2, attack all enemies, 100% chance of placing decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. Each crit also has the chance of increasing the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn. Again, just fantastic stuff. Into Demon Lord, into Dragon. And then on the A3, 3-turn cooldown, 100% chance bugged, chance of placing 3 poison debuffs, and a 25% poison sensitivity debuff on the target for 2 turns. As if all of that nonsense wasn't enough, his passive is crazy as well. Decrease the crit rate of enemies under 2 or more poisons, which they're going to be by 15%. Very, very nice, especially into the likes of Hard Mode Dragon, where that thing can really smack, and, you know, big crits from that thing can actually ruin your runs. Just a very, very good epic champion indeed. Definitely deserving of the list. Pick number 10. Oh, we're getting to the big ones now, man. This is gonna be a controversial one, man. But I'm telling you, okay, these picks were written down on a stone tablet that I carried down from the top of Mount Sinai myself, by hand. Okay, insane. Vizix, dude. I think Vizix deserves a spot on this list, and she deserves to be high on this list. I'm mostly just making a point because I feel like she's underrated, man. Does she actually deserve to be pick number 10 on this list? I don't know, probably not, you know, but whatever, man. Let's not get too carried away with that. Everyone's going to be raging and disagreeing in the comments anyway in this video, so I don't even know why I bother, but Vizix has the advantage of solving every single dungeon in the game. If you haven't staged 25, like every dungeon in the game, by the time that you get Vizix the Unbowed, apart from maybe Spider, where she doesn't really help a whole lot, she kind of just fixes everything, and she also massively opens the door into getting started in Hydra if you've been dragging your feet with that a little bit as well. Double hit at A1 with 15% 10 meter steal on each hit. Insane. Like, actually pretty good into Spider as well, now that I think about it, if you need a 10 meter controller, but obviously Grit into the likes of Fire Knight. She brings an AoE decreased speed debuff on a 3-turn on a A2, as well as an ally protection buff wrapped up in the same skill. Grit for controlling waves, Grit for just slowing down the Hydras, like decreased speed against Hydra when you're just getting started is actually a great debuff to bring, just because you're just trying to live against the Hydra heads, right? It's not the best debuff in the world to bring against Hydra normally, but it can really help you survive and get your foot in the door when you're struggling to get started in like normal hard mode Hydra for the first time. So that's good. 3-turn cooldown, AoE provoke, and a self shield. Insane for controlling waves. Makes it so that basically everything leading up to the boss in every single dungeon is a complete joke, right? And the rest of your team you can just build to take on the boss. And that's it. That's why she kind of trivializes, I like to say, every single normal dungeon. Well, not including like Sand Devil and Shoguns, obviously. Oh, also a great Hydra provoker as well, because of course she's Void Affinity, and so she can't weak hit with this provoke either, no matter the rotation. Vizix is solid number 10. Next up, man, Lizardman Romantu coming in as pick number 9. Now, I'm not even going to lie, dude. I don't remember what Romantu does. How can I possibly put him as pick number 9 without even knowing what he does? I hear you cry. I don't know either. Let's find out what he does. He must be. Oh god, this is why I don't know what he does. I just can't. But this is too much reading. Do you ever look at a champion's kit, like mythical champions? I don't know what they do, dude. Most of the time, like unless I have the mythical champion myself, I just can't be bothered. I ain't reading all that, man. Can we just have bullet points? We just have like, I don't care if it's not proper English, dude. Just break this down for me quickly, man. Dude, let's make it quick. As A1 attacks one enemy, has a chance of increasing the cooldown of a random target's skills, and has a chance to stun as well on his A1. Quadruple hitter on his A3, which is stuck at a 3-turn cooldown, sadly. Quad hitter places all of the big nasty debuffs, decrease defense, weaken, decrease speed, and block buffs, and then has a 100% chance of placing True Fear on all enemies, excluding the initial target. The A3 is then the big buff peel skill. On a 3-turn, attacks all enemies, 100% chance booked of removing all buffs from all enemies before attacking. You can tell that this champion's a little bit dated, actually. Is this guy actually going to be my pick number 9? I feel like he's maybe like a pick number 12 or 13 or something, now that I'm actually reading his kit. Just because this is a bit dated, because removing buffs from enemies, yeah, you just run the risk of getting polymorphed, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, he removes all buffs from all enemies regardless, has a 80% or 100% chance booked to placing block active skills on enemies without passives, or can place block passive skills if the enemy has a passive. So the reason why polymorph is such a big issue for Romantu is, yeah, he removes buffs, all of that, that's great. You have a risk of triggering polymorph, and he does not have anything to deal with the polymorph debuff. All of the other hard crowd control skills in the game, stun, sleep, freeze, fear, actually instantly fill his 10 meter by 30% and give him an increased speed buff, and also give him a shield, which is lovely. So even if he gets hard crowd controlled, he gets back around again to using his turn quite quick, but this doesn't apply to Poly. So if he gets turned into a sheep, it's a bit of a problem. Ooh. Well, screw it. I'm not reworking the entire video now. I should have read through his kit properly before putting him at pick number 9, but whatever, man. These picks are just arbitrary anyway. Wait a minute. No, they're not, man. What about the stone tablet from the top of Mount Sinai, Cobb? Well, I hate to break it to you, man. I made it all up, okay? Anyways, who would have thunk it, right? Next pick is going to be Maud, who is a fantastic, glorious support champion, who will probably be a little bit higher up on this list, to be honest, instead of coming in at like pick number 8, which I think is still pretty respectable, just because no one's ever going to get High Mother Maud. Okay, and as you play the game for like 4 years or something, you're gonna play Raid for a long time to get High Mother Maud, okay? You're getting Maud by recycling unused fragments from previous fusions and stuff like that, right? It takes a long time to get all of your Maud fragments together. Now, she's a great champion. A1 has a chance to place decreased attack. She also buffs the ally with the highest attack on your team with an increased attack buff on the same A1, which is pretty saucy. 3-turn cooldown A2. Decrease the duration of all enemy buffs by 2 turns, then increase the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. Also heals all allies by 20% of this champion's max HP. That's a hell of a lot of stuff wrapped up into one skill. Very nice heal. Great effects coming in from this. And then she brings in a revive on a 4-turn cooldown, revive all dead allies, and she also buffs with increased defense on higher defense champions, your supports and stuff like that, and buffs up with their increased attack on your attack-based champions. Their passive is amazing as well. Remove 1 random debuff from all allies every single time Maud gets a turn, and place a continuous heal buff on an ally with the lowest HP for 1 turn at the end of Maud's turn. Yeah. Just very good. She's basically Doom Priest, but the rest of her kit is actually just excellent as well, you know. Pick number 7, Embrace. The only reason that this guy isn't higher on the list is because he's very much a specialized champion. Very much a PvP specialist champion more than anything. With the mythical champions, I refuse to break down his kit, man. I refuse. I won't do it. I won't do it, man. Usually I leave a dramatic pause in this moment, and then I do it anyway, but no, I'm just actually not going to do it. This is, like, when there's multiple forms of a champion like this, it just isn't happening, okay? So what I'm going to do is just point out one of his skills that's very good, and you can fill in the blanks. The A3. Oh, the A3. Attacks all enemies. Remove any stone skin buffs, okay? I mean, he's already just, like, not even S tier. We're talking, like, what's beyond S tier? Like, Christ. I mean, maybe Christ is right. Just Christ tier with this A3. Remove any stone skin, replace it with true fear debuffs. Block debuffs, buffs get replaced with block buffs. He basically inverts any positive buff that an enemy has on them into the negative version of that buff. He's literally just a mini Amius. Absolutely insane. Crazy as hell. And the rest of his kit is just absolutely nutty as well, you know, to say the least. Embrace has got to make a place on this list. Yeah, Chimera fragments. Good luck. Next up, man, pick number 7 is going to be Authortrix Lamassu. How do you even get Lamassu again? Is she like the Siege champion? Oh god, I've got to look it up now. Okay, got it. Yeah, participate in Clan vs Clan Siege and win. Okay, right. Cool, tight. The reason that Lamassu is so bloody high on the list is because, I mean, even ahead of Embrace, even ahead of a mythical champion, is that unlike Embrace, she's great in multiple areas of the game, right? Has a chance to place block buffs debuff, true fear debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Very nice. If the attack gets a boss, you place decreased speed instead. This is an amazing kit already into Chimera Clan Boss. She's pretty solid into Hydra as well because of the same kit, but great into Chimera particularly, where the decreased speed is like absolutely premium. On the A3, remove all debuffs from a single ally, place 2 intercept stacks on them, fill that target's teammate by 50% and reset the cooldowns of their skills on a full turn. Just very nice for, well, just pumping into Chimera, obviously, you know. She also brings decreased attack on the A1 as well, which is incredible into both Hydra and Chimera also, and her passive is speed in all battles by a stonking 24%, which is really only surpassed by speed aura in all battles auras coming from mythical champions, you know. She's 1% short of being mythical quality with this aura. Oh yeah, she's also immune to sheep, which is just insane. So, like, with this speed aura in PvP, she can be an absolute god tier champion in your siege defense teams as well. Immune to polymorph, that speed aura in siege battles is absolutely nutty. Yeah, just a crunchy Void Lego right here, man. Pick number 5, it's Arbiter, dude. Very easy to get. I think that's like the biggest factor here. Arbiter is like one of the easiest legendary champions in the game to get completely for free, even for like relatively new players. Finishing your Arbiter missions, it can take a while if you don't know what you're doing, but look up a few guides here and there, be prepared for what's coming on up. You can get Arbiter relatively quickly. Void legendary, insane ally speed aura, in arena battles. Very, very nice. Massive 10 meter fill, increased attack buff on the A3. Like, there's a reason Abbott is still used all the bloody time in live arena. She's just, with this kind of 10 meter fill and with this kind of speed aura, and then the revive on a A4, I guess it is, on a A4, yeah, she's nutty as hell. She stood the test of time. She's glorious, and yeah, she's pretty high up on the list. Next up, man, Mithrala. Again, equally on the list because of accessibility. You might think as a new player, what the hell, but I have to farm Hydra to start getting my Mithrala fragments, man. That's gonna take so long. Hydra's one of those things that feels like a brick wall until it isn't. Hydra's one of those things where it feels like a brick wall until you decapitate your first Hydra head, and then the entire game mode opens up and you go from doing like 1 million damage to like 15 million damage, and then you go from doing 15 million damage in normal to, oh wow, suddenly I can queue into hard mode Hydra, and now the fragments are flooding in pretty quickly, and you usually get her a bit quicker than you think. Once you start farming your very first Hydra chest, things kind of snowball from there. This is a great champion, man. Got use in basically every game mode in the game. Like, the buffs that she brings are nuts. Increased defense, increased attack, plays Hex on all enemies, debuff cleanse on her A3, strengthen buffs, shield buffs. Amazing for team survivability. I ended up using Mithrala, also double hitter poison on a A1, and just a mental amount of resistance on this champion as well. Every point of accuracy you build gets converted into resistance, and so that's nutty. I ended up using Mithrala in areas of the game where I didn't even expect to use her. I use her as like a sort of jump-in cleanser in my tag arena teams. I use her as the cleanser and buffer to keep my crit damage tank alive in my Phantom Shogun's team. Which is like an area of the game I just didn't expect to find use for her at all, but she comes in absolutely clutch there as well. I use it to solo Scarab King. I use it to solo the event dungeon boss, dude, with like the elixir relic and regeneration gear and stuff like that. She does a great job with that as well. You will just find uses for Mithrala that kind of surprise you, man. Next up, man, and tied for second place. I'm just going to skip third place. We're just going to go straight to second place here. It's going to be Lady Mikage, man. This is the point of the list, by the way, that I started to get real worried. What if I missed something? What if I missed like a certain champion that really should have been in like the top 5, and it's like really obvious, and I'm gonna miss it on the list because I'm just an idiot, you know? Oh god, it's probably happened already, so whatever, we'll just move on. Mikage is going to be tied second place with a very special someone. Mikage, again, mythical champion. I'm not going to break down all of her kit. I'll break down the A2 in a second form. Attack all enemies, place stun, massive 10 meter decrease. Okay, ridiculous in live arena. Nuts, really. I mean, just absolutely insane into wave content as well, obviously. Her first form, much more PvE focused, comes with one of the best ally attack skills in the game. Huge buffs on your entire team, increase attack, crit damage, then attack in with all allies to hit a single enemy. She even has an ally attack skill on her AO1, as long as you have a Shadowkin faction damage dealer on your team, like an Oboro or like a Ninja, right? Good high quality damage dealer from the Shadowkin faction. She's going to ally attack in with that champion as well on her AO1, which is just... I mean, it's just ridiculous. Mikage, I'm going to go ahead and tie with Lydia. Lydia, amazing. I should say as well, Mikage, amazing champion for Chimera. I should have pointed that out as well. Her ally attack into Chimera, and just for the raw damage she's going to pump out in Chimera with that ally attack skill is going to be unbelievable. Her A2 is pretty good there as well. Lydia, PvP, great. Block revive. You know, just as a passive on a 7-10 cooldown, albeit when booked, but still, just a random block revive that works even when she's dead in arena. It's just absolutely ridiculous. One of the few champions of the game as well, of course, that brings a weaken and decreased defense debuff wrapped up in the same skill. But not just that, on a 3-10 cooldown, not just that, she also buffs with strengthen and increased speed as well. So when it comes to PvE, she's checking so many boxes here into the likes of Hydra and stuff as well. All these tools that you want to be bringing into these longer clan boss fights. Wave content as well speaks for itself. Amazing champion. Tough to get. You've got to finish normal mode faction wars, which feels like climbing Mount Everest, especially as a new player. My best advice, forget about it. Just let it happen on its own. That's what I did, man. I just ignored it. Okay? Gradually pushed over time, focused on other areas of the game. That's how you want to approach it, man. One day you'll look up and suddenly you're like 150 stars away from getting your Lydia Death Siren, and then you can maybe start to think about, okay, this faction really needs some help. I need to build up a damage dealer or a reviver for this faction, and then you can start to get your hands on your Lydia that way, man. Anyways, moment of truth, man. Number 1 champion in this game, number 1 freebie in this game, at least in my book. It couldn't really be anybody else. This isn't even, there's no drum roll here, dude. it's gotta be Marius. I mean, it's gotta be. The Marius missions, rough. Tough, man. It's gonna take you a long time to get through, dude. But this guy is an apt reward. At least I'm assuming it's a guy. I don't know. I don't know how to tell the difference between male and female horses, man. But this guy just gives me stallion vibes. Oh, and he's called Marius. That's actually a pretty significant clue now that I consider it. Anyways, man, it's A1 attack all enemies. Chance to place enfeeble debuff for 110. Useless against bosses and boss content, but amazing everywhere else. Just forcing people to weak hit anybody that you debuff with this skill. Very, very good. This here too. This here too, bro. Okay. Attack all enemies 3 times on a 3 turn. Each hit decrease the duration of enemy buffs by 1 turn. Damage based on defense and enemy max HP. Oh, if my mic wasn't on a mic stand right now, it would have been dropped. Okay. That's insane. That's mental. The damage you're going to deal in PvE with this guy is incredible. Into the likes of Hydra, it's going to be absolutely just ridiculous. Wave content is a joke. If you got Marius on your roster and you can play Skinwalkers, it's just a joke. PvP, insane. You're like peeling enemy buffs at the same time as you're just smacking the taste out of their mouth, which is ridiculous. Then on the A3, 410 cooldown, place increased accuracy, increased defense buff on all allies for 3 turns. Then place a stun debuff on the enemy with the highest 10 meter for 1 turn. And then grant an extra turn. So this is actually your opener into the A2 in PvP, which is just ridiculous. As for his passive, this champion is immune to 10 meter reduction effects from enemies and decreased speed debuffs. There's no slowing down Marius. And whenever an enemy changes forms or attempts to decrease Marius' 10 meter, he counterattacks with his A1, and so can actually land that ult enfeeble in PvP as well that way. Absolutely insane. And for me, the only pick I feel actually confident about in this entire video as pick number 1. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you agreed with the picks down below, man. You definitely didn't. What are we even talking about here, man? I can bring down a stone tablet from the top of Mount Sinai with these picks written on them, and I'm just reading from the stone tablet, and people still gonna disagree. You can't win here on YouTube, man, as a content creator, you know what I'm saying? Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy, man. Make sure to use the beginner promo link down below to kickstart a new raid account if you're looking to start one in 2025. And I'm gonna catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.